Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Missing the Action, a recap show for those of you missing out on the action. In this episode, Supremacy League Week 5. We're settling into the home stretch here with only one more week of the regular season remaining. Teams are working on securing their spots for the finals, with the top 4 teams in each conference continuing on to the playoffs. Starting with the Gold Division, we have a matchup between 2nd placed SFKJ and 3rd placed APOC SQ. Game 1 starts off with an early advantage to the Kraken Jackers, knocking out an APOC destroyer within 2 minutes, giving SF a major opening on the western front, and leaving APOC scrambling to fill the gaps. APOC is able to successfully consolidate their forces in B, taking the lead and knocking out SF's heavy ships. However, SF Smerls is able to turn the tide around, blitzing APOC's stationary forces and securing the B cap after a double kill. Following a forfeit for improper match comp, SF takes the series 2-0 and keeps their 2nd place spot. All movement in the Gold Division this week were teams that were previously tied for a higher rank and dropping down. OPG remains undefeated with 10 wins over the past 5 weeks, and along with CER, are favorites to take the top spots in the playoffs. TWF and NATO have dropped from the Gold Division due to extraneous circumstances. In the Silver Division, 5D, NGA, and the Pelagic Vanguard, tied for 1st place, fought to determine who was the true number 1. Game 1 saw 5D NGA take a very narrow lead at first, with the game 10 points apart at 2 caps each. Breaking the stalemate, PLPT rushed through the B cap, feinting out a North Carolina to bait him into torpedoes, and taking Game 1. With PLPT's Game 2 victory bringing the series to 1 win each, NGA saw the need to start Game 3 with a strong BC strategy. In the final minutes of battle, PLPT made a push to cap B, but was successfully countered by NGA's force. 5D came out on top, but not without its own losses, their NC surviving on sheer willpower alone. 5D NGA won the contest 2-1, retaining their spot in 1st place. In a matchup between the other conferences, 2nd placed Arpeggio Blue Steel and 1st placed Quality Potatoes, ARP took a small lead on Haven. However, an overzealous Chapayev was caught out chasing a kiting Martel, depriving ARP of its radar ship and giving Quality Potatoes the point lead. QP took the series 2-0. A game between Pelagic Vanguard and Mortem and Aquamargo saw PLPT taking a major advantage with all 3 cap points. However, this left them open to a focused Argos counterattack, with MIAA taking the B cap and preventing PLPT from regrouping their sparse force. MIAA won Game 1. Game 2 was a bit more iffy for MIAA, with 2 of their battleships disconnecting due to a miscommunication. Though up 2 ships, PLPT deathballed in B and were eventually caught out to torpedoes. MIAA won the series 2-0. 3rd placed Arpeggio and 4th placed Rage Quitting Losers faced off in a 3-game series of their own, with ARP taking decisive control of the west side of Trident. With no moves left to play, RQL decided to go down fighting. After all, you cannot miss when you're surrounded. ARP won the series 2-1. Silver Pacific Conference saw the end to a 3-way tie for 1st place, with APOC Warpigs coming out on top. The Atlantic Conference saw minimal movement, with RQL and VT vying for that 4th place spot. In a rare glimpse into the Bronze League, we see a matchup between AFW Almost Friendly Weapons and AK Armored Knights. AK started off the tie-breaking match 3 strong, taking a 300-point lead over AFW. However, their inability to finish off AFW's low-health escorts cost them the game. AFW's fleet was able to sweep across the map, finishing off AK's ships down to the last man. AFW won the series 2-1. Bronze League saw more movement than the other divisions, though their Pacific Conference was rather stable. AK and APOC OG will be fighting for that 2nd place spot in the Atlantic Conference, while AFW is highly likely to continue into the playoffs. The regular season concludes this Saturday, and will be followed by 2 weeks of playoffs. Matches will be covered by the streamers listed below, with streams beginning around 9 PM Eastern, 6 PM Pacific. If you can't find the time, you can always find the best of the action in episodes of Missing the Action. Thanks for watching, I've been your host, Quadrilus, and I'll see you on the battlefield.